Welcome to Radcliffe, Kentucky. We're on the campus of North Hardin High School. It's a big one tonight here in Ron Bevers Gymnasium. We've got the district-leading Elizabethtown Lady Panthers taking on the defending district champion Lady Trojans of North Hardin. Lady Panthers come in tonight's matchup led by Coach Amber Courtney. They're 10-8 overall. They're 4-0 in district play. And for the Lady Trojans, led by Coach Vaughn Isom, they're 15-4 overall, having a great season, 4-1 in district play. And so this tonight is the big one. This will determine who grabs that number one seed. Now, I say that it should. Obviously, Friday night I've got Central Hardin at E-Town, and Central Hardin will have something to say about that. If they could pull off the upset and beat the Lady Panthers, certainly that would make a difference. But generally speaking, if you're talking about where the district number one seed is going to be determined, it's tonight, folks. Now, that's exciting in and of itself, but if you were able to catch the first matchup between these two, that was weeks ago, a long way back in December, over at E-Town High School, and what a ball game. The Lady Panthers staged a furious comeback that ended in I believe, a 4-point victory, but certainly it was a phenomenal ball game in which the Lady Panthers were down a lot of the ball game. It was, a 3-point game. It was 56-53 was the final on that. And with about 5 minutes to go in the game, it was an 8-point Lady Trojan advantage. The Lady Trojans had held the lead, had been in control to some degree for most of the ball game, and the Lady Panthers staged that comeback. Now, a couple things to look for tonight. One of the reasons I think that happened, again, that was early in the season. The conditioning element of that may have played a factor. That was North Hardin's, I think it was their 6th ball game of the season. And so early season matchup, and North Hardin at the time was really only playing about 6 deep. Yes, they could go to 7 with Jacqueline Brewer. They can play Liza Brown. They've got several others that are capable backups. But really the rotation is a 6-person rotation, especially that early in the season. And that may have come back to bite the Lady Trojans in that particular matchup. The Lady Panthers will go up to 10 deep and be effective even 1 through 10. So they've got that advantage. I think 1 to 5, it's all Lady Trojans. That district champion squad, they lost a couple last year, but certainly the addition of Casey McKinney, who's averaging 13 points and 7 boards, has really been a big addition for this Lady Trojan squad. So it's a big, important matchup, and that idea of depth versus playing your 1 through 5 could be, again, a factor tonight. Now, Lady Trojans are on their home floor tonight, and we'll see what they can do. Let's talk a little bit about the Lady Panthers and a couple of their stars. Obviously, Coach Courtney's daughters, Malia and Maya, have been very effective. Malia, the 8th grader, if you can believe that, leading the team in scoring with 17.5 points a game and 4 boards. We were in the building about 2 weeks ago it was actually, when they played Nelson County, and Malia made 9 threes. Super impressive performance there. She can obviously heat up. They need Maya to do the same. The lefty is a 10th grader, and she is a very important cog in this whole situation. Mabry Cochran gives them a 3rd guard that's a really solid guard, athletic, strong, smart with the ball. On their end, though, the toughness is going to be brought by the Gregory sisters. Harper and Emerson are the interior toughness and defense of this squad, so that's important. On the other side, obviously Peyton Isom. We were here Monday night against Central Hardin, where, again, she and Juliana Stith dueled, and it was Peyton Isom coming out on top again. They won that ball game, and she was able to score 29 points to Juliana Stith's 27. So that was, again, an impressive performance for Peyton Isom. The 2 bigs, the Twin Towers inside, Casey McKinney and Destiny Scott. Casey McKinney averaging 13 points, Destiny Scott averaging 8. Nevaeh Raphael, the defensive specialist, and she had 10 points in transition Monday night against Central Hardin. So she was able to get out and lead the break. She does that often. And certainly Alana DeBose, averaging 9 points a game, has improved as much as anybody on this Lady Trojan squad. We've got a great matchup with great players, with great coaches. Coach Courtney, good to see Coach Vance Isom on the sideline. I don't know if you'll see him in his normal voice. He was not able to be at the ball game against Central Hardin because of the flu. He is recovering. He's better. He's here tonight. We'll see if he's off the bench or if he's pretty much sitting and watching this, and we'll see how active he feels like being. I know he's excited about this matchup. He certainly was talking pregame to me about how this is just another opportunity, and the one they really want to win is in the district whenever they would match up with whoever they match up with, especially maybe these Lady Panthers. So he's got a good perspective, but you know deep down he really wants this one tonight, as do his players. So we got a great matchup. Now, one other thing to look at is shooting percentage. Certainly we talked about how, again, this Lady Panther squad was able to pull that one out, able to play some great basketball and win that game. But one of the differences here is field goal percentage. It's really interesting to note some of the top 5 players for the Lady Panthers, 2-point percentage shooting. Here they are. Maya Courtney, 33%. Malia Courtney, 40%. Mabry Cochran, 44%, the best of that top group. Brooklyn Brown is a little lower than that. Harper Gregory, the best 2-point shooter from inside the arc, 48%. On the other side, listen to these numbers. Alana DeBose, 49% from 2-point range. Nevaeh Raphael, 50%. Peyton Isom, 53%. Casey McKinney, 61%. And then Destiny Scott, 47%. So their lowest 2-point field goal shooter percentage-wise is 47%. And that would be the top shooter for the Lady Panthers. So shooting and the ability to make shots inside the 3-point arc might be a big factor tonight. So we're going to pause for just a minute. PA announcer Malachi Mullins right now making some announcements. And we're going to be pausing here in just a moment for the playing of the national anthems. We'll be right back in a couple minutes here for the starting lineups. And we're about to get the starting lineups again from PA announcer Malachi Mullins. Again, this is a big one. This is one I've been looking forward to since back in December, when that first game ended, the 56-53 big victory for the Lady Panthers. This is the one I've been pointing to and waiting for a long time. In that first matchup, I will say again, I talked about the toughness of the Gregory sisters. They were clutch late in that ball game, and so there's a lot of ways the Lady Panthers can beat you. And we'll have the starting lineups for the Lady Panthers first, the visitors. So for the Lady Panthers, the starting lineup, number 3, Malia Courtney, number 2, Maya Courtney, number 10, Mabry Cochran, and number 42, Harper Gregory, and number 4, Gabrielle Barnes-Brown. So Gabby Barnes-Brown in the lineup, in the starting lineup. I know in the past it was Brooklyn Brown. They're obviously going for a little more size tonight as they have to match up with Casey McKinney and Destiny Scott, the two bigs there. So they'll go with Gabby Barnes-Brown in the starting lineup. And the starting lineup for the Lady Trojans, number 20, Peyton Isom, Number 41, Casey McKinney. Number 2, Alana DeBose. Number 24, Destiny Scott. Number 12, Nevaeh Raphael. And we are about ready to get underway. Coach Isom with a few last words for his crew. It'll be Gabby Barnes-Brown and Destiny Scott to jump. Interesting, not very many people around the circle here. Tip is one to Casey McKinney. Lady Trojans have it. She spins in the lane. They're going to call travel. I don't know. It looked like she made a good move and dumped it off to Destiny Scott, but they're going to call a travel. It'll go to the Lady Panthers. Full court pressure there. Quickly broken. Maya Courtney's got it. Mabry Cochran out top finds Malia, tipped by Nevaeh Raphael. Cochran drives. Maya Courtney open for 3. That's off the mark. Gabby Barnes-Brown fighting for it. Great play, Mabry Cochran will stay with the Lady Panthers as she saved it off the leg of Destiny Scott. And it'll be Malia Courtney to inbounds. She'll find Cochran out top. It's a man-to-man defensive look here. Maya Courtney is being trailed by Isom off the screen. She finds Malia from the baseline off the mark there. Destiny Scott with the rebound. They're going to push in a hurry here, and DeBose unable to get it to go. Gabby Barnes-Brown with the rebound there. Double teamed in the corner, but gets rid of it was Cochran. Malia Courtney 3 on the way, off the mark. Isom with the rebound, and again, this is a fast pace. DeBose with it, unable to get that one to go, so a couple of opportunities in transition go by the boards. That's not something that happened Monday. When they got transition looks against the Lady Bruins, they scored. They're going to have to do the same here tonight if they're going to be successful. Mabry Cochran gives to Malia Courtney. Courtney working on Isom to the middle. Harper Gregory out top, guarded by Destiny Scott. Back to Malia Courtney. 6:43 to go, 0-0 here. Coach Courtney shouting some instructions. Malia gets the instructions and sets the offense. Maya Courtney now driving. She gets it back. It was knocked loose. She's double teamed. Lana DeBose with the steal. Quickly ahead, but Isom will pull back. First turnover there, really, for the Lady Panthers. Oh, Scott couldn't get it to go. Rebound, McKinney, bucket, and a foul. So Harper Gregory called for the foul. Her first, team's first. And Casey McKinney will go to the line. She was able to get that rebound and put back there off the miss by Destiny Scott. And McKinney will knock down the free throw, so she's got 3 quick ones here. She, again, is in 4 of her last 6 games, has had over 20 points. She has been really making progress. I told you from 2-point range, which is where she lives, she's 61% from the floor, something you don't see much of. There's a rebound, another one for McKinney there, off the miss by Harper Gregory. DeBose mid-range, off the mark. So kind of a slow start for DeBose. Wow, McKinney another rebound and put back. She is off to a fast start, 5-0 Lady Trojans, all McKinney. Maya Courtney from the free throw line, no good. Mabry Cochran blocked by Destiny Scott. She's got the rebound of that one as well. And they're going the other way. Peyton Isom out top. Man-to-man defense for the Lady Panthers. Cochran's going to have the assignment of Peyton Isom. They're going to go 1 and 4. Oh, great look. As Cochran had to help as Isom drove, and she found Destiny Scott for an easy bucket. 7-0 Lady Trojans in front. Harper Gregory driving. Finds Gabby Barnes-Brown inside, but blocked by McKinney. Wow. Tipped away Isom. She's hustling for it. Can't get it. Cochran has it, driving the lane against McKinney. Up and over. No good. Casey McKinney's trying to go way ahead, but Courtney's there. Isom, though, steals it away. She's going to go to the basket left hand. Peyton Isom on the board now. And Coach Courtney needs a timeout. She doesn't want a timeout. She needs a timeout. What a start for the Lady Trojans. Now, guys, just what I was talking about pregame has come to fruition here. I did not believe it would go this way, but it's all about the ability to put the ball in the basket. And there have been good looks for this Lady Panther squad. They've been unable to get those to go, whether it's Malia Courtney, Mabry Cochran, or Maya Courtney. They've been unable to get the ball to go in the basket. On the other side, all Casey McKinney. When she's getting the basketball, it's going in the bucket. Destiny Scott's got a bucket. Peyton Isom's got a bucket. So, really high percentage from the floor. Again, everything from inside the three-point arc for the Lady Trojans. On the other side, just not quite yet making those shots. So the Lady Panthers are going to have to make some shots to get back in this thing. Maya Courtney, good job getting it to the middle. Malia open for three from the corner, way off the mark. Isom's got the rebound. That's a shocking miss there as well. Peyton will find McKinney driving, knocked away by Maya Courtney. Turnover there, going the other way. Spin Malia Courtney. Wow, she missed that one too. Blocked by Scott, but they're going to call her for the foul. Her first, team's first, and Harper Gregory will go to the line. Harper Gregory, a good rebound there. As Malia Courtney made a beautiful spin move but couldn't finish it in the transition look. I believe Asia Charles has checked in. Alana DeBose has checked out for the Lady Trojans. Off the mark there, it's Destiny Scott with the rebound. She's got a third rebound of the ball game. There's Isom going quickly to the hole, and she went into the double team. They're going to say it was off of Brooklyn Brown. Brooklyn Brown has checked into the ball game, and Mabry Cochran has checked out. So again, 9-0, 4:25 to go. Lady Trojans in front. Asia Charles has it, knocked away by Malia Courtney. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans. A little quick, trying to get the ball. Isom will get it to Asia Charles. Freshman point guard here. Again, big games here. Asia Charles hasn't had that opportunity much. Isom for three, deep three. Good, man, is she something else. She's got 5 now. Peyton Isom has had a really good three-point shooting percentage on the season. One of the highest in the area, 42% from three. That is, man, the pros want to shoot that. Oh, turnover going the other way. Bowl turned it over. Scott was in the open floor. It was batted away. Malia Courtney driving. They're going to call a foul maybe on Scott. That might be her second. That would be a big foul call. And it is on Destiny Scott, her second, team's second. That's a problem for Coach Isom. He may need to go back to his bench. Malia Courtney will go to the line to shoot 2. Gregory missed a pair, but now Courtney will make the first. 12-1 with 3:49 to go. Simone Hedspeth and Emerson Gregory checking in. Harper Gregory and Gabby Barnes-Brown checking out. Alana DeBose will check in, and obviously Destiny Scott has to check out. Again, that lack of depth, that foul trouble can really be a problem for this Lady Trojan squad. And Courtney now has the Lady Panthers on the board. 12-2 is the score here in the first quarter. 3:45 to go. Into the middle. Casey McKinney, what a great catch. She's going to go to the bucket. They're going to call her for a charge. As Simone Hedspeth was there. And again, you're not supposed to call ducking the shoulder anymore. They've got to be set. But she did put her shoulder down and run through the chest of the defender there. So her first. They've got to keep her out of foul trouble with Destiny Scott in foul trouble right now. That could be a growing problem, even up 10 right now. Maya Courtney's going to find Malia Courtney. This man-to-man defense is tough. They are all over Lady Panthers. Quick feet, good hands. Hedspeth probably should have taken it. Oh, there's a travel call there. Turned over back to the Lady Trojans. If Hedspeth gets the ball inside on Casey McKinney, they ought to go right at her. Try to pick up that second foul. Have both of the bigs for the Trojans in trouble. Coach Isom just talking to Casey McKinney. I can't imagine that wasn't part of the conversation. Tipped away by Hedspeth. Turnover going, back the other way. McKinney's got it. Bucket in the foul. Wow. Emerson Gregory's going to be called for her first. Team's second. She'll make the free throw again. So that's 2 of those old-fashioned three-point plays. Casey McKinney's got 8 points already here. We got 3 minutes to go in the first. 15-2 is the score. Brooklyn Brown's got it, guarded by Nevaeh Raphael. They're going to go into Emerson Gregory. She's going to go, and there it is. Casey McKinney picking up kind of a cheap foul. That'll be her second. And Coach Isom's got a problem. He's got foul trouble already here with 2:50 to go in the first. He's got both of his bigs, his biggest advantage. Obviously, Peyton Isom still on the floor. Both of his bigs now will be sitting. I don't know for how long he'll keep them on the bench. Malia Courtney working on Alana DeBose. There's Maya working on Peyton Isom now. Man-to-man defense here. Shot is up, in and out. Hedspeth rebounding. There's where the difference will be. Hedspeth with another rebound finds Emerson Gregory, and there's the bucket. Wow. I mean, you can immediately see the impact of what's happening there as Hedspeth gets 2 rebounds. Ooh, Asia Charles is going to turn it over. A travel there. She lost control of the ball. They've got to take care of the basketball. By the way, number 4 has checked in, Adriana Anderson, for the Lady Trojans. She's obviously going to be playing in the post. She's guarding Simone Hedspeth, but Hedspeth with 2 rebounds there, and she is posted up strong. She wants the ball. She's going to come set a screen. Maya Courtney now looking to drive the ball. Left-hander, floater in the lane. Can't get it to go. And that's exactly what Nevaeh Raphael has got to do. And there's Emerson Gregory's second, team's third. So Emerson Gregory has 2 first-quarter fouls. Again, the depth for the Lady Panthers allows them to leave her on the floor. They've got Harper and Gabby over there that can also play in the post. Give the interior work there. Full court pressure here. Peyton Isom cross court, almost knocked away, but Asia Charles has it. Goes up, blocked by Hedspeth. Boy, Hedspeth is absolutely dominating this part of the court, and Brooklyn Brown stepped on the line, and it looked like she was shoved a little, but they'll give the ball back to the Lady Trojans. It's 15-4 with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Screen there. Raphael trying to get back, going deep to Asia Charles. Charles has it in the back court. Isom's going to come get the ball, guarded by Brooklyn Brown. Brown all over her here. Brown, a good defensive matchup, but Isom's so good with the ball. Left hand, but great defense there. Rebound to Emerson Gregory, going the other way in a hurry. Up ahead, Malia Courtney. She'll score it. So, man, you're starting to see the difference already. You take Casey, and there's a turnover going the other way again as DeBose was a little out of control. Malia Courtney driving left hand. She was out of control. Rebound by Hedspeth again. Knocked away, and Adriana Anderson has it. And they're going to call a timeout. That's Coach Isom calling a timeout as this pace is a little frantic. And it's a 9-point ball game, 15-6, as the Lady Panthers trying to start to claw their way back into this thing with Scott and McKinney both on the bench. Wow. Great start for the Lady Trojans, but a real problem now for Coach Isom. With both of his bigs in foul trouble. This is a Hardin County Education Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is Division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunications needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. For those who are serving our country in the military, a discount is available. E-Town Apartments is a family-owned and operated management service with over 30 years of combined experience. So let's reset here. 1:13 to go. The home team in front, 15-6, 9-point advantage. They're up as much as 12. At 12-0, in fact, but now 15-6. And they have not scored since the 2 bigs, Casey McKinney and Destiny Scott, are on the bench with foul trouble, both with 2 fouls here early in the ballgame. Asia Charles double team, she'll throw it away. Another turnover. This is going to be a real problem here, and there's another turnover the other way as Peyton Isom has the ball. DuBose now with it, working against Brown. Now Switch, Maya Courtney on her. Maya Courtney now guard deep three, Isom. That's off the mark. Just didn't quite have the good rotation she normally has on the ball. Maybe getting a little desperate here as they can maybe feel that a little momentum shift. Again, still a 9-point advantage, 40 seconds to go. Don't know what Coach Isom will want to do in the second quarter with the two bigs in foul trouble. Might want to play one at a time and see what happens. Hedspeth inside. Adriana Anderson, good job. She's got the rebound tied. They're going to call third foul on Emerson Gregory. She doesn't like it. And I'm sure the Lady Panthers don't like it either. Gabby Barnes-Brown will have to check back in. So Hedspeth had the rebound, couldn't score it, and then it was Adriana Anderson picking up the rebound there and drawing the third foul on Emerson Gregory. 14 fouls now in the quarter here on the Panthers. Nevaeh Raphael and Hedspeth, she's got to go to the basket. She's got a post on her, and she's one of the most athletic players on the floor. They're going to call a reach. Boy, what a great left-handed shot. It will not count on the floor, but it'll be two shots because they are now in the double bonus. The foul was on Maya Courtney, her first, but it is the team's fifth now. She reached in on the drive. And there's Peyton Isom with the first. Good, she's got 6 points now here in the first quarter. Averaging 16 points a game. Certainly eclipsed that with a 29-point performance the other night. Makes the second as well. She's got 7 here in the first. Just 6 seconds to go. The Lady Panthers trying to get a look here. Isom's got 2 seconds. One shot, Raphael in transition. They get the bucket. Wow, big steal and bucket right at the buzzer. So a big turn of events there. The Lady Panthers have gained a lot of momentum, but 2 free throws and a transition bucket off of a turnover by Nevaeh Raphael has this thing as a 13-point game. 19-6, Lady Trojans in front. A little reminiscent of their start of 20-0 against the Lady Bulldogs of John Harden. Again, it was the Lady Bruins Monday night who held the lead over these Lady Trojans. Not tonight. Statement being made here at least early in the ball game. Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling is a family-owned business with competitive prices, pickup service, and a friendly staff available for your recycling needs. Located at 311 Steel Drive in Elizabethtown. Call 270-982-7206 to talk to someone about scrapping metal and recycling. West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. We're 8 minutes in. And Coach Isom's crew with some pressure, full court defense, with some swarming, fleet-footed defense, man-to-man in the half court, have been super difficult to score against. Lady Panthers look very uncomfortable shooting the basketball. Everything looks rushed and hurried, and they did not shoot the ball well at all. Just 2 field goals and then 2 free throws. Malia Courtney with 4 points. Emerson Gregory with 2. Drive by Malia Courtney on Asia Charles. That's a good take by her. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Again, both are young players, but certainly Malia Courtney a little more seasoned than Asia Charles. Asia Charles, a real good athlete, real good prospect coming up. She'll be a really good point guard in the absence of Peyton Isom next year. But certainly Malia Courtney has a little more savvy at this point in their careers. A little more height, too. That's one other part of that matchup that was good for Malia Courtney. Working around the outside. Zone defense now for the Lady Panthers. They're going to call a 3-second violation. Again, some young players on the floor that don't play a lot. Number 22 on the floor there is Sophia Muse. Just caught against the zone, hanging out in the lane. And that 3-second violation there will give the Lady Panthers the basketball. A few more turnovers maybe than I would have expected in the game on both sides. Malia Courtney tries to use the English to get the ball to go in. Gabby Barnes-Brown with the rebound. We're starting to see that rebounding advantage really go in the other direction. It was certainly with the Lady Trojans. Now with Casey McKinney and Destiny Scott on the bench, it's certainly all Lady Panthers on the glass. Gabby Barnes-Brown unable to get the first to go. She'll have another. Second one off the mark as well, so no points off of that rebound to Nevaeh Raphael. She's going to bring the ball up. She's got to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end without Scott. Isom three from the corner off the mark. Rebound inside Muse. Almost got the bucket to go, but she'll go to the line. Number 3, Malia Courtney, her first. Team's first. And Sophia Muse will go to the line. Now we'll see if she can capitalize. Gabby Barnes-Brown on the other end could not, but Muse, beautiful looking free throw stroke there, and she's got her first point of the ball game. Oh, rattled in and out, and Barnes-Brown with the rebound there. She's got 3 rebounds on the ball game. Barnes-Brown was calling for the ball and then turned away, and Cochran traveled. She was ready to make the pass to the streaking, cutting Gabrielle Barnes-Brown, but full court, or excuse me, 3-quarter court pressure here. Looking for the trap against Isom here. They're going to get it, but pass inside, knocked away Gabrielle Barnes-Brown. She's going to push it the other way. Cochran makes it. It's starting to slow down a little bit, and the Lady Panthers able to dictate some pace, starting to make a few shots. Boy, it's turnovers on the Lady Trojans. Right now, 9 first-half turnovers. And a long way still to go. Wow, another one. That was just a bad pass inside. Raphael had nobody there. Courtney can't get it to go. Cochran had the rebound but loses it. Quickly up, no good from Alana DeBose. No good there from Charles. Out of bounds. Who's it off of? Do we know? It'll go to the Lady Panthers. Turnover by the Lady Panthers. Wow, they've got 8 turnovers, so 10 turnovers on the Lady Trojans. We got 5 minutes to go still in the second quarter. We got 10 turnovers and 8 turnovers on these two teams. Good pressure defense, but just not taking care of the basketball right now. It's 20-10, 5:05 to go in the second quarter. Extended defense here. Charles on the floater, no good. She's fighting for the rebound. Isom will get it. She's going to shoot one in the lane, and she's got it. Peyton Isom, 22-10. Lady Trojans still in front. Maya Courtney could not handle a pass. Another turnover. Just shocked because even though we've got a lot of young players on the floor, we've got some people who have some experience and some ability. They know basketball. They know how to play basketball. And just not doing a good job against pressure right now. Maya Courtney checks out. Brooklyn Brown back in for the Lady Panthers. Working the ball back and forth. DeBose and Isom. DeBose has it. Again, this is an extended 3-2 look. Isom for 3, no good. Where's the rebound? Harper Gregory gets the rebound. There's going to be a foul called on 22, Sophia Muse. 2 team fouls on Lady Trojans. I believe that's Muse's first foul. .425 to go in the second quarter. 22-10. Again, the shooting, just 10 points here halfway into the second quarter. They're going to call a charge on Harper Gregory. Good job by Sophia Muse to take that charge. So Harper Gregory with 2 fouls. Emerson Gregory with 3 fouls. Brooklyn Brown, again in the full court pressure, at the head of that pressure. looking to trap once the Lady Trojans get over midcourt. Knocked away by Gabrielle Barnes-Brown again. That's the second time she's done that on a pass from Isom. Knocked away there. Harper Gregory's got it off the mark. Gabrielle Barnes-Brown with the rebound, but stolen away. And there'll be a foul. I think that's on Barnes-Brown. It is. As Charles stole the ball away from her after she had gotten the rebound. Again, just unable to get the ball to go. Taylor Broughton will check in. Harper Gregory will check out. Kristen Ritchie has checked in for Gabby Barnes-Brown. So got a couple new Lady Panthers on the floor here. Again, working against the full court pressure. Charles into the corner now. Working against Cochran there. Gets it back to Isom. Knocked away by Brown, but Isom couldn't get it to go. It looked like a really good look in there. Malia Courtney out and running with it in a hurry. She's guarded by DuBose. She's going to go left hand bucket, and the foul on DuBose. DuBose's first foul, team's third. And to try to complete the three-point play is Malia Courtney. She's got 8 points, looking for her 9th point. Cochran will check out. It's Maya Courtney checking back into the lineup. Back under 10. It's 22-13 now. Malia Courtney with 9 points here in the first half. Charles in the corner trapped. Nevaeh Raphael has it, but she loses control. They say that stays with the Lady Trojans. It looked like it was off of Raphael. She pointed the other direction, and the official agreed. And it'll be Lady Trojan basketball here. Into the backcourt to Alana DuBose. 22-13, 3:25 to go here in the second period. Asia Charles with the ball, working against this 3-2 extended zone, trying to trap and create trouble handling and taking care of the ball. Muse is open. They get in the lane. Triple teamed is Isom. She's going to dribble out of that. DuBose gets to the free throw line. You're seeing they don't have in the half court other scoring options here, but a deep three by DuBose. That's off the mark. Oh, great rebound by Raphael, skying over the rest, but struggling to hang on to it. Coach Isom is calling a timeout. He's got a 30-second timeout as Nevaeh Raphael flew through the air to get that rebound. Coach Courtney a little disappointed that they gave that timeout to Coach Isom because she saw a travel on the play as Raphael was on the floor. E-Town Exterminating is a locally owned family-run pest control company and has been serving Hardin, Meade, Grayson, and Nelson counties and the surrounding areas of Kentucky since 1976. Whatever your pest control issues are, termites, spiders, crickets, general pests, even moles, their team has the knowledge, skill, and training to safely and effectively eliminate the problem. Call 2707-376900 or go online at mugabug.com. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, Kylie Lee, Jane Godnett, Lena Swecker, Ryan Wynn, Jackson Houston, RJ Coe, Ryan Sweeney, and directing tonight, Ron Hartley. And I'm Paul Gray bringing you the action tonight. 2:53 to go here. It's 22-13 as the Trojan offense is also slowed down in the absence of Destiny Scott and Casey McKinney. Good crossover dribble in the lane. There she is. Peyton Isom. She's trying to pick up the slack, trying to make scores where she can. They're up 11, 24-13 is the score. 2:38 to go. Good screen by Ritchie. They're going to say she leaned into that one. She may have. I don't know. That was a kind of a tough call on the screen. 24-13, Lady Trojans with the ball. That is turnover 10. Both teams have 10 turnovers here in the first half. A little rough as far as the ball handling. That one gets to the middle. Raphael trying to find Muse. Muse trying to save it, but she steps on the line. There's the 11th turnover for the Lady Trojans. This has got to be super frustrating for both coaches where they're really struggling against pressure defense. Again, two of the Lady Trojans' key players on the bench. Haven't seen Liza Brown yet on the floor. Now, Adriana Anderson gave some good minutes in the first quarter. Oh, good steal. Anticipation by Isom. She's going with the left hand. There's going to be a foul on Brooklyn Brown, and Isom will go to the line. So Isom's got 11 points in the first half here, and she's going to go to the line with 2:11 to go, up 11. Here comes Liza Brown to enter the ball game, and Isom will knock down the first. Asia Charles, who's played a lot of minutes, she's going to get a little rest. Liza Brown on the floor. Isom makes a pair. 13 first half points for Peyton Isom. She is on a heater right now, as they say. 26-13, doubling them up right now. Malia Courtney to Maya Courtney. Maya guarded by Alana DeBose. Man-to-man look here. Sophia Muse on Taylor Broughton. Broughton going left hand. Nice take from Taylor Broughton. Up the floor, Raphael's got it. Gets it back to Isom. Coach Courtney wanted a traveling call on Raphael. She sure looked uncomfortable with it. Isom's going to get back to the free throw line, and she gets into the lane. Going to call the foul on Taylor Broughton. Her first, team sixth. So Isom and the Lady Trojans doing a great job in the absence of the two bigs. Again, it looked like it was headed the other way. They've righted the ship. I think this is a great move by Coach Courtney. Simone Hedspeth was a nightmare for these Lady Trojans when she was on the floor in the first quarter. She was grabbing rebound after rebound and causing havoc everywhere. She's a youngster as well. I can't remember if she's an 8th grader or a freshman, but she's a youngster for this Lady Panthers squad. Malia Courtney, deep three, just off the mark there. Again, there's Hedspeth with another rebound. DuBois pushing, and doesn't get called. Step back, Courtney, off the mark again. She hasn't made one of those. And guess who? Hedspeth with another board. She's got 6 of them in limited action. Malia Courtney can't get that to go. There's Nevaeh Raphael getting that to Liza Brown. Now Isom will slow it down. 109 to go, up 12, 27-15. Just so many looks. You just don't see Malia Courtney miss this many shots. So much of a better shooter than what you're seeing tonight. DeBose back to Isom. Isom driving the lane. She's gotten there. Just a little out of control. That's why she's not going to get the call there. Guess what? Hedspeth rebound again. Quick drive to the hoop, and there's a big crash as Brown was going into Sophia Muse. They'll call the block on Muse. Her second. Team's fourth, or team's fourth. It will be on the floor as Brown did not get the ball up on the glass, so no shot in the midst of all that. Maya Courtney, she can't get it to go. Cochran's going to bring it back out. She had a look. She should have taken it. There's Hedspeth. She'll go to him and bucket in the foul. I'm telling you, folks, she's your Lady Panther tonight, man. She is working. 7 boards now to go with 2 points in limited action. She actually hasn't played I don't think she's played a minute in the second quarter until just recently, but man, she's getting some work done. Good first quarter now, great second quarter. Show rattles in and out. Muse with the rebound there, knocked away, stolen by Mabry Cochran. They wanted a foul. Boy, that's just a scrum. Just a scrum for the ball. Nevaeh Raphael's going to check out. Jacqueline Brewer's going to check in. And they wanted a foul on Muse, who somewhat tackled Mabry Cochran. She didn't do it on purpose. It was just falling down. But it's Lady Trojans with the ball. It went off of it. No, it's Lady Panthers with the ball. 32 seconds to go. Broughton driving baseline. It's a 10-point game. Hedspeth wants it, and she scores, buddy. Come on, Simone. Fantastic ball by the youngster there. Carrying this squad here at this point. Alana DeBose, yeah, Coach Courtney wanted a carry. I saw that. DeBose has it. Double team now in the corner. Gets it back to Charles. 2 seconds, one. Doesn't get a shot up. And so we'll go into half 27-19, an 8-point Lady Trojan advantage as a spurt there late as Simone Hedspeth scored 4 late points. Malia Courtney had a 3-point play. So those 7 points in the last minute and change have kind of changed what's going on here in this ball game. 27-19, it's an 8-point Lady Trojan advantage. Coach Isom is fired up. You had to know whether he's feeling good or not feeling good. He's going to put his whole heart and soul and passion into this ball game. And so we'll go into the half. 27-19. I'm Paul Gray. We'll be back in about 8 minutes with first half stats and second half action.
Hello, I'm Jared with HCEC-TV, and I have Whitney Ballou, the managing physical therapist for the Elizabethtown PTA location. Thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
So you've been with PTA quite a long time.
I have. I started there 7.5 years ago when I graduated school. I've been there since then.
You know, it goes to show how great of a facility that PTA is, that you went there and then you stayed there.
Yes, it means a lot. You know, we've got a great staff there. We've got a lot of staff members that have been there for quite a while, some a lot longer than me. You're exactly right. It says a lot for the community that we have. It's one big work family.
And it's something that when they go to a PTA location, no matter where it is, they know the person at the front desk, because if they've been there before, they've been there before.
That's right. See a lot of the same faces in our patients, and they get to see a lot of us that have all been there for a long time. So it's great.
So one of the benefits of PTA facilities is that you all have turf. What are the benefits to that?
So our turf facilities are probably what set us apart from a lot of the immediately local ones anyways. Our turf facilities are wonderful for, of course, our athletes. It's great for ACLs rehabbing. It's great for baseball players rehabbing from elbows or shoulder injuries. They can throw. We can do pitching programs. But the biggest thing, too, is we can also use it for our balance patients. We can use it for our total knee patients doing gait training. It's very multifaceted with what we can use it for. Not all of our facilities have one as big as our Elizabethtown location, but having it at all of them allows for us to do a lot more with training for certain sport-specific type things and just general mobilization of walking and gait and all of that. So our patients love it too. It's something that I think brings people to us, and we definitely make full use of it. So,
speaking of multifaceted, I was just amazed at all the stuff you offer. You mentioned vertigo treatment. That's not something I would have thought about.
And a lot of people don't, unfortunately. Of course, there are certain medications and things that can help with dizziness, and we have found that a lot of our balance patients, we can treat for balance, orthopedic, neuro type things, and really it can come down to a quick vertigo treatment that can realign the crystals of their ears and get everything set for them. They may or may not need treatment again after that. So we have 2 or 3 licensed physical therapists in our Elizabethtown location specifically that do it, and we have found a lot of good results with it. And then we can focus on some of the other parts of their treatment a little bit more at that point because we've already treated some of the underlying sources that would otherwise limit us. So it's been great.
So Physical Therapists Associates has been a long-time sponsor of HCEC-TV, and I know that you deal with a lot of sports athletes, but your support allows us to bring those sports athletes to people's homes. And I understand that you have some relatives that are playing sports for us.
I do. Of course, I grew up in Hardin County Schools. I went to Central Hardin myself and played sports there too. I've got a cousin that's playing for the Central Hardin soccer team now. And anything we can do for any of our surrounding schools, I mean, of course, we branch out even beyond just Hardin County with our locations. But we're very tied into treating all of the schools, all of the athletes, and Hardin County, of course, holds true to us because it's where we started. And anything we can do to help keep athletes on the court and athletes on the field, their priorities are our priorities.
So you mentioned your home base is here in Hardin County, but you have locations outside of Hardin County. Where are you located?
We have a new satellite clinic here in E-Town that most people don't know about because it's newer, but it is at the Central Medical Plaza that's off of Ring Road. We do treat women's health there, which is something that was lacking in this community too. We had a lot of patients that were going up to Louisville to get treatment for that, so it's nice that we can bring that need here. And even there was a PT or two that I think treated it in town, but everybody was just overwhelmed with the need. But Allison treats that at our satellite location. And then outside of that, in our main clinic in E-Town, we have Bardstown, Hodgenville, Brandenburg and Meade County, and then we also have Ratcliffe that's at northern Hardin County.
So wherever you are located, there's a PTA near you.
That's right.
Whitney,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity.
Let's get back to some great sports action.
And the halftime score is 27-19. The Lady Trojans, the home team, out in front, leading the Lady Panthers of Elizabethtown High School. So we've got again, a good matchup here, but it's been dominated by the Lady Trojans for the most part. But here we are, just an 8-point lead. It's about where we were in that game in December when the Lady Panthers made a big late run. Now again, the Lady Trojans have played the entire second quarter and about 2 minutes of the first quarter without either Destiny Scott or Casey McKinney. Some of the stats from the first half: Peyton Isom 14 points, Casey McKinney 8, Destiny Scott 2, Nevaeh Raphael 2, and Sophia Muse 1. For the Lady Panthers, Malia Courtney 9, Mabry Cochran 2, Emerson Gregory 2, Simone Hedspeth 4 points and 7 boards, Taylor Broughton with 2 points. So the story has been the foul trouble for the Lady Trojans. Not sure where this thing will go here in the second half. Both teams were in the locker room for quite a while. The coaches had quite a bit to say, it looks like. And we'll see what kind of adjustments have been made, if we see anything new defensively, offensively, maybe a little time in the locker room, kind of calm and slow down some people and allow them to start shooting the basketball a little bit more effectively here. Again, just 19 first half points for this Lady Panther squad. A rough night from the field. We're underway here. DeBose will hand off to Destiny Scott. Scott to the corner to Isom, trying to get it in the post. Does. McKinney is doubled there as Gabrielle Barnes-Brown fell on McKinney. Turnover to the Lady Panthers. Cutting in the lane, Harper Gregory, left hand, unable to get it to go. There's Gabby Barnes-Brown. She can't get it to go. McKinney gets the rebound there. Stolen the other way. Leah Courtney has it. Left hand way off the mark. Casey McKinney, another board there. Her 5th of the game, 2 right out of the gate here. 7:05, still 27-19. A little sloppy start to this second half as well. We're just a minute in. 2 turnovers already on the Lady Trojans. Nothing to show for it on the other end. Ooh, they could have called a foul there. There's Raphael, long 2-pointer. She's got it. Nevaeh Raphael, good start. She's played well. Her 4th point of the ball game. 29-19 now. Cochran out top of the man-to-man defense for the Lady Trojans. Courtney was being guarded by Nevaeh Raphael. McKinney on Gabrielle Barnes-Brown. Gets to Cochran, who's guarded by Isom. Nice cut, Malia Courtney. She'll spin the other way. Fall away off 1 foot. Wow, smooth looking shot. She's got 11 now. Hedspeth has 4, and that's it. Maya Courtney not yet on the board. She averages turnover again on the Lady Trojans. Wow. And there's Malia Courtney again. So they've cut it to 6 here with a couple of quick buckets, 29-23. High post to Destiny Scott. Nice cut from Raphael. She gets it to go. Great look from the high post. Nevaeh Raphael making herself known in this ball game. Gabrielle Barnes-Brown in the paint, just off the mark, and there's McKinney with the rebound, getting out quickly to Isom. She's got a deep 3 on the way in transition, no good. Gabby Barnes-Brown gets it to Malia Courtney. Maya Courtney, deep 3 on the way. That's off the mark. They have not made, I don't think they've made a 3 yet. They have not, which is shocking with several good 3-point shooters. The ball will stay with the Lady Panthers. Asia Charles going to check in. Nevaeh Raphael checking out. Harper Gregory working on Destiny Scott. Wow, that's a strong move against a taller, very athletic post player. Great shot from Harper Gregory there. 31-25. Charles for three on the way. She knocks it down. Wow, that's huge. That's only the second three-pointer for that squad. Peyton Isom had one in the first half. Again, the Lady Panthers have yet to make a three-point shot. They've taken several. The left-hander, Maya Courtney, gets on the board with a good drive. They're keeping it close, 34-27. A different energy from this Lady Panthers squad. Knocked out of bounds by Gabby Barnes-Brown. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans. Alana DuBose will inbounds. Nope, it'll be Casey McKinney to inbounds. Change the look there. Over the top to Destiny Scott. Charles came through a couple screens but didn't go to the rim. Through the double team with the spin and bucket Peyton Isom. She's already got her average at 16 points. Leah Courtney now on the drive. Mid-ranger. Good defense by Charles. And Gabby Barnes-Brown tried to save it, could not do so. Again, both matchups, Malia Courtney, even back in December, and Maya Courtney finding it a little more difficult to score the ball. The speed, good, quick hands of this Lady Trojans defense, making everything difficult. Every shot is a struggle. Nice crossover. Scott finds DuBose. Three from the corner. Oh my goodness, how strong. McKinney's fourth rebound here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. And she's got another bucket and going back to the line. She had 2 3-point plays in the first half. Again, she's 61% from the field. She completes her third traditional 3-point play of the ball game. She's got 11 points, and she only played 6 minutes in that first half. So she has been a dominant force. Good take, but good defense. They're going to call a foul on Charles. A little too much contact with the body. So Charles, I believe that's her first, team's first of the quarter here. So not a lot of fouls called here in the third quarter. Both teams just one team foul so far. There's Courtney. She knocks that down. She is starting to settle in, Malia Courtney. A little dangerous for the Lady Trojans. She starts to feel comfortable. It is a 39-28 Lady Trojan advantage. Courtney misses the second. Ball knocked loose. Cochran gets the rebound, knocked away. Wow. A lot of bodies flying, but it's Destiny Scott who came up with the turnover there. And it's going to stay here as DuBose threw it off of Maya Courtney. Into the back court. Isom has it. DuBose in the corner. Again, it's a zone 3-2 matchup. Backdoor cut. Charles just off the mark. There's McKinney with it. Up and in, buddy. Wow. So impressive. She's got 5 rebounds here in the third quarter already. Casey McKinney, something else. Malia Courtney lost it, but Maya, big sis, is there. Back tap from Peyton Isom. But it's picked up by Cochran. Floater, no good. Cochran gets the rebound. Tied up by Casey McKinney. He'll stay with the Lady Panthers. Nevaeh Raphael checking in. DuBose checking out. Harper Gregory checking out. Emerson Gregory checking in. Destiny Scott actually checking out, not Alana DuBose. Maya Courtney out top with it, finds Malia. Guarded by Isom now, Peyton. Wow, Simone Hedspeth is obviously earned the right to be on the floor right now. They're going to call DuBose for the foul against Emerson Gregory. Push from behind. Some physical play there. Her second, team's second. 3 minutes to go, 41-28, 13-point Lady Trojans advantage. Again, the bigs being on the floor makes all the difference for this Lady Trojan squad. Hedspeth knocked away. She's got it again, but just too far into the basket. Cochran came up with it. They're going to call a travel as she comes down on the floor and spins. Rebound for Cochran, but could not keep from sliding across the floor as she went down with the ball. McKinney, backdoor cut, Raphael. Great block by Emerson Gregory. Gets the rebound of the block. Maya Courtney trying to drive. Alana DuBose so quick again. She's going all the way around the floor and getting to the rim. The lefty gets another bucket. She's got 4 here in the quarter. Quick pass up ahead. Charles blocked again by Emerson Gregory. It's going to go out of bounds off the Lady Panthers. They couldn't quite contain the ball. 41-30, 11-point advantage. Lady Trojans, 2:22 to go here in the third. We'll see if their conditioning holds up here without the rotations. And there's another turnover there as Emerson Gregory came up with it. Leah Courtney fakes the pass, left hand over Destiny Scott. Wow. She's got 16 points now. Good pass by Isom inside. Raphael with the bucket and the foul. Peyton Isom did a great job finding her. Maya Courtney called for the foul. Both Maya and Malia were there. They called number 2. That's her second. Team second here. 2:05 to go. Both teams with just 2 team fouls. Raphael banks that one in to complete the 3-point play. So Nevaeh Raphael, who had 10 points on Monday against Central Hardin, she's got 9 here in the third quarter already. Fantastic performance from Nevaeh Raphael. That's what they need, is that 4th and 5th scoring option. They're going to call DuBose, kind of riding Maya Courtney. A little bit too physical with the body as she's guarding. Her third foul, team's third foul. Lady Panthers will have the ball, bringing it inbounds. Hedspeth's got it, working against Scott. She finds Maya Courtney, guarded by Isom. Back into Hedspeth. Hedspeth looking to make a strong move, pivoting, pushing inside. Just a little off, gets her own board. Blocked again by Destiny Scott. Lady Panthers will have it. So great job. Couple more rebounds for Hedspeth, but she couldn't quite get the ball over the 6-foot defender. They're going back to her. Up again. Can't get it to go. Another rebound. Blocked again. They're going to call the foul that time. I think they called that on Isom. Team's 4th foul. Hedspeth will go to line to shoot 2. Another rebound inside. Again, Coach Courtney saw the production. That one was an air ball, so couldn't quite get it there. She's played a great ball game. She needs to get her head up, not worry about that. She is a force in there right now. Again, she has earned the playing time she's getting. Wow. I don't know what they're calling here. Called that on Asia Charles. I was trying to figure out where that foul came from. Her second, team's 5th. And so going to the line is Emerson Gregory. Double bonus to shoot a pair. 1:39 to go. It's 44-32, a 12-point advantage for the Lady Trojans. Emerson Gregory will shoot a pair. First one is off the mark. Peyton Isom is going to sit for a minute here. Nevaeh Raphael back on the floor. Scott's got it. Gets it to McKinney. Ahead to DuBose. Good job on the outlet. Shot from mid-range, just a little off the mark. There's McKinney with it. Fighting with Maya Courtney. And it's Emerson Gregory comes up with it. Wow. Hedspeth absolutely smashed. Yeah, Hedspeth smashed Asia Charles. Not sure what we got going on here. I think Hedspeth has been called for her first foul. Team's 4th, so the Lady Trojans will have it. It was a battle underneath for the ball. Charles out front. Oh, Emerson Gregory almost had it. Mid-range shot, in and out. Destiny Scott rebound. Nevaeh Raphael. DuBose 3 on the way. That's off the mark. And there's McKinney with it. She'll get it to Charles. 1:11 to go here. 44-32. McKinney was calling for it, but it's DuBose now working against Brooklyn Brown. Oh, boy. Bad ball handling out front. Again, a couple of youngsters out there. Malia Courtney's going to get to the bucket. She's got 9 points in the third quarter alone, 18 overall. It's a 44-34 ball game. And again, Coach Isom wants to give Peyton a rest. But the other guards have got to take care of the ball. And here's another possible turnover. They're going to call a held ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Lady Trojans, but Asia Charles on the floor holding her stomach as a couple of them fell on top of her. I think the ball was there as well. So maybe had the air knocked out of her a little bit. She's sucking it up, boy, tough. Sorry, she wanted to cry. She wiped her eyes and went right back to what she's doing. And Peyton will go back on the floor. Again, too much trouble. They're running that, the Lady Panthers running that 3-2 trapping pressure, and it was a little too much for the young guards. Got to get Peyton back on the floor. Raphael inbounds to DeBose. 38 seconds to go. Now it's man-to-man pressure. They get it to McKinney high post. So backdoor cut. Nobody guarding Destiny Scott. She's got 4. Great look from the high post, as both she and Casey McKinney are great at doing that. Wow. Don't let her get hot, and she's hot. I'm running out of space in my scoring sheet here in the third quarter. Another turnover, and the Lady Panthers will have it again. 46-36, a 10-point ball game. 17 seconds to go here. Maya Courtney working as Peyton Isom. A little too strong, the senior, to just be kind of pushed out of the way. Leah Courtney's feeling knocked away by DeBose. Good defense. That arm is in there. They're going to call a foul. Oh, deep three with 1 second. Just off the mark. McKinney secures the rebound, and the horn sounds. Really interesting third quarter as the Lady Trojans keep the lead at 10. 46-36 is the score. Lady Trojans in front. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. For those who are serving our country in the military, a discount is available. eTown Apartments is a family-owned and operated management service with over 30 years of combined experience. Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, a family-owned business with competitive prices, pickup service, and a friendly staff available for your recycling needs. Located at 311 Steel Drive in Elizabethtown, call 270-982-7206 to talk to someone about scrapping metal and recycling. West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. 46-36. We'll see what is in store for us here. A hot third quarter for Malia Courtney. She had 11 in the quarter. She's got 20 overall. Isom just scored 2. She's got 16, but McKinney again had 5. Raphael had 7. So really good scoring. A little bit of a dispute about who should have the ball on the possession arrow change. They've got it right now, and it will be the Lady Panthers with possession here to start the quarter. Cochran will inbounds. Maya Courtney, wow, yeah, that's a foul. She pushed off immediately. And Coach Courtney is just shaking her head and kind of half smiling, smirking. She knows Maya just pushed off immediately. That'll be a foul on Maya Courtney, and it'll go back to the Lady Trojans. It's her third, team's first. DeBose was wide open. They're going to go to the post from the inbounds. Casey McKinney had 3 on the way from Scott. That's way short. McKinney trying to save it out of bounds off of the Lady Trojans. Lady Panthers will have the ball. Maya Courtney's going to bring it up the floor. Right-hand dribble, now left-hander. Left-hander comfortable going to her right hand. Headsmith's got it out top. Get it to Maya Courtney. Deep 3 on the way. Off the mark. Struggle for the ball. Possession held ball. Go to the Lady Trojans as Isom, Cochran, and Emerson Gregory battling for that rebound. 7:37 to go. Still a 10-point advantage. No score so far in the fourth quarter. Scott's got it now. Oh, wide open Raphael. easy diagonal pass as the pressure of the Lady Panthers lost. Nevaeh Raphael, good crossover. Gregory in the lane, though. I thought they'd get a foul there. It's going to go out of bounds off of McKinney, and so Lady Panthers will have it. Emerson Gregory a little frustrated, but she did run into a double team of 2. Very solid post players there. Shot blockers. Ball knocked loose by DeBose all over Maya Courtney. There's Brooklyn Brown, 3 on the way. That's off the mark. Still no three-point shots made. There's Cochran, 3 on the way. That's off the mark as well. You don't expect for there to be no three-pointers made by the Lady Panthers. And that time thrown a little too far on the lead pass. Trying to get the ball ahead to DeBose, ahead of any of the Lady Panthers, but just a little too much on it. 12-point lead for the Lady Trojans at 48-36. 6:51 to go. Getting it to Gregory. Fight on the ground now. It's McKinney and Hedspeth, and that held ball possession arrow will go back to the Lady Panthers. Again, not one three-point shot made by the Lady Panthers so far. I just could not see that. You can't foresee that. So a 12-point advantage if you knock down a couple of those. If you're 2 for, I don't even know how many they've taken, 10, 12. If you make 2 of them, you're right in the ball game. So just a real struggle tonight from the field for these Lady Panthers. Maya Courtney's got it working against DeBose here. That has been a great matchup. Number 2 against number 2. Left-hand runner. Won that time by DeBose. It's Raphael ahead again of the field. She's got that one as well. So good rebound by DeBose. They push it out in a hurry. And another score for Raphael. What a second half Nevaeh Raphael's having. Hedspeth inside. Finds Gregory free throw line off the mark. And Casey McKinney's got it. She's got 7 boards in the second half, 10 overall. DeBose 3 on the way. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Not in there. McKinney with the rebound. Taken away by Hedspeth. They're going to call a held ball. Possession arrow is to the Lady Trojans. Good play by Hedspeth after the McKinney rebound. (50-36). I love Casey McKinney. She's always smiling and has good things to say. I can see that from here. Timeout called as they were struggling to get that in bounds, and Coach Isom will call the timeout. E-Town Exterminating is a locally owned, family-run pest control company. Has been serving Hardin, Meade, Grayson, and Nelson counties and the surrounding areas of Kentucky since 1976. Whatever your pest control issues are, termites, spiders, crickets, general pests, even moles, their team has the knowledge, skill, and training to safely and effectively eliminate the problem. Call 270-737-6900 or go online at mugabug.com. Tune in weekly for all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, Kylie Lee, Jane Gaudinette, Lena Swecker, Ryan Wynn, Jackson Houston, RJ Coe, Ryan Sweeney. Directing tonight, Ron Hartley, and I'm Paul Gray. Bringing the action tonight. Boy, we got a big crew tonight. All the students learning a lot through our TV production program here, and doing a great job bringing the action on cameras with graphics, technical crew. Great cut off the inbounds. Hedspeth's going to commit the foul, and so really nice set play out of the timeout. Hedspeth's second, team's second, I think. And Casey McKinney going to go to the line. She's got 13 points already to go along with 11 boards. That one's off the mark. Kenny's second one off the. Oh, Raphael, great job rebounding, but could not put it back in. Hedspeth's got the rebound now. Lady Panthers have it. Malia Courtney's going to bring it up the floor. Hedspeth's got 11 rebounds on the ball game. Emerson Gregory goes to the right hand. She is a right-hander. It's the other one that's the lefty. Harper. Left-handed finish for Milana DeBose as Isom got it ahead to her in a hurry. That's her first bucket of the ball game. 52-36 as Lady Trojans taking charge in the fourth here. And Hedspeth shuffles her feet on the drive. from the high post. Again, it's a 16-point advantage. It's the biggest advantage of the game. And Lady Trojans, again, taking charge. Coach Courtney wants to take a timeout. 5:37 to go, 52-36. Lady Trojans in front. And, again, it's been a struggle for the Lady Panthers. They've kept it close within striking distance, but now starting to get away from them a little bit here late in the ball game. We'd also like to thank NHHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact NHHS.com to subscribe today. Don't know there's much at this point the Lady Panthers can do. There is plenty of time, but the number might be a little too big. 16-point deficit against a solid team. It looks like Charles has checked in. Casey McKinney has checked out. Inbounds to Isom. She's working against full court pressure from Maya Courtney. She gets it to DeBose, who's guarded by Malia Courtney. 3-guard look here. Charles gets it to DeBose off the screen. Isom's going to pull it back out, reset. Maya Courtney going to guard her all the way out. Screen comes. Isom against Hedspeth. Trying to find help. Goes to the post, but there's Brooklyn Brown to swat it out of bounds. 5:11 to go. Good possession for the Lady Trojans. I know they didn't get a look there and almost turned it over, but again, they're running a lot of clock here in that set. Peyton Isom and Maya Courtney tied up in there, and as Isom tried to cut across the lane, and they're going to call the fourth on Maya Courtney. She's got 4 points on the ball game tonight. Scooting back, Isom deep three. Wow, there it is. Peyton Isom. She's got 19 points to go along with 2 boards. It was just a matter of time before that one happened. Malia Courtney on the floater in the lane. 13 second half points. She's got 22. Scott, 3 on the way. That one's good. Destiny Scott heating up. She can play inside and outside. Sweet look from Destiny Scott. 58-38, 20-point game here. Emerson, where's all this shooting come from? Boy, 4 straight possessions, knocking down shots. Emerson Gregory has got 4 as she knocked that one down. 58-40 now. Lady Trojans well in front. 4:26 to go. DeBose almost palmed that, carried that. That's what the E-Town bench wanted. Great look. Scott inside, can't get it to go, gets a rebound, goes up. They're going to call a foul on Emerson Gregory, her 4th. Destiny Scott will go to the line. So Isom drew the defense, and dropped a nice bounce pass. Peyton's always been such a good passer, interior passer into the post. I say that from a lot of experience. In middle school and in AAU, my daughter Katie, who graduated last year from Central, was their post player. Played with Peyton all in those years, AAU growing up, and Peyton got her the ball regularly. Other guards have not really been able to do that consistently. Just a great passer on the interior and to the bigs. Scott knocked down the second. Hedspeth drive, no good. Raphael's got it, being battled. Hedspeth gets the turnover, goes up and scores and draws the foul. Hedspeth's got 6 points, and she'll go to the line, try to complete the 3-point play. And Hedspeth knocks that down. Again, 7 points to go along with her 11 rebounds. Make that 12 rebounds, my bad. Malia Courtney called for the foul. They're 5th, and so going to the line will be I believe it's DuBose that had the ball there and was fouled. Malia Courtney's second foul. Free throw good, Alana DuBose. Ooh, boy, that hit the rim about 3 or 4 times, but did not go. Rebound to Hedspeth again. 13 rebounds for Simone Hedspeth. So physical inside. Kristen Ritchie has checked in. Good screen out top. Deep three. No good from Malia Courtney. Destiny Scott with the rebound. Isom working against 2 backcourt players. She picks it up, gets it to Charles. Charles goes in the post to Scott. Working against Ritchie. She's going to throw it back out. 3:17 to go. 60-43. 17-point game. Cut by Isom. Oh, she could have found Charles, but she goes back to Scott. Gets it to DuBose. Double team now by the Courtney girls. DuBose just backing up. Timeout, Coach Isom. Yeah, there was going to be a turnover there as DuBose had kind of walked herself into a trap there. 60-43 is the score. Lady Trojans in front. They'll have the ball on the sideline. 3:02 to go in the fourth. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, eTownApartments.com, West Point Bank, and eTown Exterminating. So this matchup kind of derailed by a cold shooting night for the Lady Panthers. Now, this should mean that the Lady Trojans will be the #1 seed in the district tournament. Likely, unless they can't handle Central Hardin on Friday, the Lady Panthers would be the 2 seed. If everything holds to form, there is still district basketball to be played. McKinney gets it on a loose ball. Back to Charles. Lady Trojans trying to hold it and run clock. Floater in the lane. Ice. That one's good. She got a great look. So they're running clock, but she has a good look in the lane and takes it. Good offense. Ritchie's got it high post. Finds Hedspeth. Hedspeth going to her right hand and foul on McKinney. Her third. She had 2 in that first quarter. That's just the third now. Hedspeth will go to the line to shoot a pair. 19-point lead, 2:31 to go. Again, this has kind of been derailed by a poor shooting night for the Lady Panthers. Not a 3-point bucket made to this point. We've got 2.5 minutes to go. Broughton checking in, Ritchie checking out. Hedspeth knocked down the first. After the air ball, she's made 2 in a row. And that one off the mark there. Cochran gets the rebound over Scott. But Scott gets that one. Looking to get it to DuBose. Knocked out of bounds by Malia Courtney. Full court pressure here. Isom is in the front court, though, not in the back court. So get it to McKinney. Again, that's a strong option. She's going to go ahead to Charles. Charles is holding it, double team Scott. Got to get rid of the ball quickly to avoid the double team. Here comes the double team. DuBose not getting rid of it, and she'll be doubled and lose the ball. Quickly ahead, Cochran. She lost control of it. Maya Courtney's got it. Malia open. She's going to drive. Mid-ranger. Got it. .24 points now for Malia Courtney on the ball game to lead all scorers. Isom, she got to the rim, couldn't score it with the left. Simone Hedspeth with the rebound. Courtney to Courtney. Maya's got it. Cochran 3 from the corner. That's off the mark. DuBose and Broughton fighting for it. And DuBose had it. Malia Courtney thought she had it tied up. I don't know what happened there as McKinney and Hedspeth crashed into each other again. 1:30 to go, 62-46. It's a 16-point ball game here. It is academic, but both teams still playing very hard. Crash to the floor. It was off of the Lady Trojans. DuBois going to check out. Raphael checking back in there. Oh, Courtney tried to go off the back of Charles, but couldn't get to it before Raphael did. Double team coming. Oh, Isom picked it up. Charles comes and gets it. She's going to be doubled in the corner, and she throws that away, trying to get it to Scott down the sideline. So they caught and stood in the corner where the trap could come. A lot of things I know Coach Isom wants to work on with this squad, and again, I'm sure he's not going to be happy with several things. Maya Courtney off the mark there, and the deep shooting woes continue as Brooklyn Brown will check in. Maya Courtney will check out. 1:11 to go. 62-46 is the score. Off the screen is Asia Charles. She gets it back to Scott. Scott crossover back to Charles. Charles one-on-one up the sideline. She is going to find Isom across court. Under a minute to go now. Double team coming there. They're going to call a foul on Cochran. As Isom, when she saw the double team coming, did what you should do. That's attack one of the players. You can't, if you can split them, great. But if you stand there and wait for that double team, you got problems. And Isom attacked Cochran and was able to draw the foul there. So just a little short on that free throw here. 21 points for Isom on the night. Make that 22. It's a great performance for Peyton Isom. Courtney off the glass, couldn't get it to go. They're going to call Casey McKinney. Leah Courtney will go to the line again. She's got 24. And going to go to the line to shoot a pair here. First one is good. So what was a very cold first half from Leah Courtney has been a really good second half, just not from outside the arc. She's kind of stopped trying to force the deep shot and gotten to the rim, gotten to the mid-range, and been fantastic there. So 26 points, much of it coming in the second half here for Malia Courtney. Double team. Isom is able to race around that double team. She's going to split it this time. Man, some really good ball handling there. But I think father, Coach Isom, a little bit wondering why she's not going to come out of a double team with a pass. Someone's open, obviously, and he doesn't. You got to love the ball handling, but I'm not sure he's loving the just dribbling around strategy as a strategy to run out the clock and to beat double teams and pressure. So both of those are good. She's up to 24 now. Scoring duel is close to 26-24 between the two high scores. Off the mark, Broughton. Cochran with the rebound, gets it to go. So Mabry Cochran on the score. She's got 4 points to go with her 5 rebounds. All 5 of those in the second half. There's Cochran getting to the ball, knocking it out of bounds in the full court pressure. 65-50 is the score. 15-point Lady Trojans advantage. 16 seconds to go. So this thing is about in the books. Raphael coming up to get the ball from Broughton. She's double teamed. She needs to get rid of it. 11.8 seconds to go. Not sure what the call is here. I think they called a foul. If they did, it should have been 2 free throws. Maybe it was knocked out of bounds by the Lady Panthers. And 5 seconds to go. And Peyton Isom will just hold the ball. The clock will run out. Big victory for the Lady Trojans. As I would suspect, they still have to play John Hardin one more time and Fort Knox one more time. But with 2 victories over Central Hardin, victory now over the Lady Panthers, and the second victory, which is the pivotal and deciding victory. That's the one that breaks the tie, is the second game. And so that's advantage now held by the Lady Trojans in a very impressive, very dominant victory here over the Lady Panthers of Elizabethtown High School. Again, 24 points, Peyton Isom. 13 for Casey McKinney to go along with 11 rebounds. Lana DeBose 3. Destiny Scott had 8 points to go with 6 rebounds. Her average. Nevaeh Raphael, a great night, 13 points with 5 boards. Asia Charles 3 points. Sophia Muse with a point. For the Lady Panthers, Malia Courtney again had 26. Maya Courtney 4. Mabry Cochran 4. Emerson Gregory 4. Harper Gregory 2. 8 for Simone Hedspeth to go along with 14 rebounds. That was an impressive performance for her. 2 points for Taylor Broughton as well. So a good ball game here, especially second quarter, third quarter. But the Lady Trojans, once they're able to get their full complement on the floor, really able to impose their will on a really cold shooting Lady Panther squad. I think if we get into district play, this matchup may happen again. We may see a round 3 between these two, and I'm sure it'll be right back here. District tournament is at North Hardin this year, and I'm sure both teams will be ready to go. I would suspect that the Lady Panthers will not shoot from distance that poorly. That could make a difference, but certainly I know the Lady Trojans will be ready for that, and that is the big one. As Coach Isom said to me before the game, he was not as concerned about tonight other than just trying to make improvements. I know there's plenty for them to still work on, the Lady Trojans, but just concerned with making improvements right now and winning the game that counts the most, and that's the one in the district tournament. So a good night return for Coach Vance Isom. Ill Monday night, could not be here for the Central Hardin game, and his Lady Trojans take home the victory 65-50, and we have the Lady Panthers dropping to 10-9, while the Lady Trojans will go to 16-4. And again, an impressive record with some wins over some really good basketball teams and some really close losses to some really good basketball teams. So fantastic, in the middle of a kind of a dream season for this Lady Trojan squad. We'll see how far they can take this. So there's a ton of talent and a ton of opportunity here for this young squad. As you can see tonight, they didn't get tired. They did go to Liza Brown. They did go to Jacqueline Brewer just for a few minutes there. They did go to Adriana Anderson. They did go to Sophia Muse when you had the foul trouble in the first half. And it made a big difference being able to play more players and being able to be in a little bit better depth position tonight than they were in back in December. So I want to thank our crew, HCEC-TV crew tonight, for bringing the action. I'm Paul Gray. Good night, everybody.